Hold on to your shopping carts, folks. Winter is coming. And here's the inside scoop. When you gear up for colder months and hope for bargains, the shelves might be emptier than you expect. Retailers are already sounding the alarm, and it's not just a drill. Get a head start on your winter preparation as we reveal the must-haves that might disappear from your local stores. Hurry, it's not just about discounts, it's about beating the shortages. One of the side effects of having your hand in every cookie jar around the world is that the American retail industry is always at the front and center of any global crisis. Combined with the environment acting up in the form of climate change, Americans have been getting hit with shortages since the pandemic. As we speak now, the number of food-insecure households in the U.S. has risen by a jaw-dropping 31%, the highest since 2014. Even though inflation and supply chain chaos have subsided to some level, as evidenced by a 60% increase in grocery expenditure, the problem persists. And now, there's a new sense of urgency in the air. With winter on the horizon, Americans are already stockpiling essential items, preparing for the harsh weather conditions ahead. Conditions that will be on top of the existing problems of supply chain and inflation, projected to last until early 2024. What's more is that winter comes with bargains. Naturally, people are going to race to get the most out of discounts. However, the frenzy of discounts and deals is only going to expedite the shortage of certain products. So the only practical option remaining for American buyers is to race against time and get the most out of the deals right now. To help you do just that, we've scoured the market to bring you a list of popular essential items that could vanish from stores in the next 3 months. So take out your notes. Number 1. Earlier this year, Italy, the heartland of pasta, found itself in hot water when the government convened crisis talks to tackle the escalating pasta problem. The global supply chain disruption of pasta's main ingredient, wheat, caused a shortage and a huge price hike. Although the heat isn't as severe as in pasta-loving Italy, the American situation is far from rosy across the pond. According to data from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, the average cost of spaghetti and macaroni in the U.S. has ballooned to $1.47 per pound in 2023, a significant leap from the $1.21 a pound price tag just a year ago. It'd be wise to stock up on pasta and similar wheat products right now, especially before the harsh winter. Number 2. Maple syrup. Maple syrup lovers must take note of the latest news on their favorite breakfast topping. This year, pure maple syrup production faced a significant setback, declining by 15% according to the USDA. This decline has been felt across key regions. In Wisconsin, production dropped by 9%, while Michigan experienced a 4% decrease. However, the most sustainable blow came from Vermont, the top U.S. producer with a 50% market share, where production plummeted by 21%. The culprit? Unusually cold conditions wreaked havoc on the natural cycle of maple trees, disrupting the syrup-making process. Canada, which contributes a staggering 70% of the global supply, was struck greatly as well. Quebec, the prominent syrup-producing region, faced a staggering 23% decline in production. It was so severe that Quebec had to resort to selling 50 million pounds of syrup from its emergency supply to meet demands. Naturally, these production setbacks are translating into emptier shelves at stores. Considering that maple syrup enjoys robust demand year-round, stocking up urgently would be the right call. Number 3. Canned food. As winter sets in, the demand for canned foods intensifies. Driven by the urge to stock up and limit outdoor activities, this spike in demand coincides with a challenging scenario: an aluminum shortage, particularly in large sizes, due to reliance on Russian imports. This scarcity poses a hurdle for manufacturers striving to meet the rising demand. Adding to the frenzy, the winter mass buying tradition amplifies the pressure on the supply chain, leading consumers to plan ahead and buy in stock. With these factors in play, securing canned foods becomes a strategic move bound to leave empty shelves. At number 4, salmon. Salmon, a vital resource and cultural cornerstone, is facing a dire future. A recent Bloomberg opinion report has highlighted the alarming state of Alaska's fishing industry. It is pushed to a global climate crossroads by climate change and surging worldwide demand for fish. The crisis deepens as we move south to California. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife has delivered a grim forecast. The return of 3-year-old fall-run Chinook to the Sacramento River is expected to be fewer than 170,000, making one of the lowest numbers in 15 years. Warm waters intensified by climate change alongside California's droughts, overfishing, pollution, and diseases are all contributing factors to this decline. In a bold move to protect remaining salmon population, California officials have banned both commercial and recreational salmon fishing for the rest of 2023, a first since 2008. What this means for you is that there will be a shortage, one that is likely to last until early 2024. So if salmon is one of your household essentials, now's the time to make your move. Number 5 is honey. Winter ushers in a heightened demand for honey. It's not just the sweetness, but also its reputation as a flu remedy and various health benefits. However, 2023 has been a tough year for the honey industry. Climatic upheavals, ranging from hurricanes to droughts and flooding, have culminated in what one commercial beekeeper in Washington describes as the worst year since 2005. The ramifications are dire, particularly during the almond bloom, a critical period for honey production. This year, beekeepers are grappling with exceptionally high winter losses, leading to an acute shortage of bees essential for pollination during the 2023 almond bloom. Even seasoned beekeepers are reporting losses exceeding double for their typical experiences. What does all this lead to? More shortages of the golden nectar. At number 6, imported cheese. The United States is currently facing a widespread shortage of imported cheese, a problem that is expected to intensify during the holiday season. American consumers can anticipate fewer options and higher prices when shopping for their favorite imported cheeses this year. The scarcity can be attributed to the declining dairy supplies in major European countries, leading to a significant reduction in cheese production. For example, European giants such as Italy saw a 2.6% decrease in cheese production, while French producers scaled back on exports of popular varieties like Brie, Gouda, Camembert, and blue cheese by 5.4%. Additionally, the Swiss cheese industry also reported a substantial 6.7% drop in production. This combined decline of over 1.2 billion pounds in European cheese production has directly impacted the availability of imported cheese in the American market. Therefore, consumers are urged to plan ahead, explore local alternatives, and consider adapting their holiday menus. Number 7, mushrooms. Mushroom enthusiasts face a challenging scenario where the after effects of the pandemic are still not over. Thousands of mushroom growers halted production during the pandemic, and even after its conclusion, only 2/3 resumed their operations. Paradoxically, the popularity of mushrooms in the American diet has soared. And now there is another problem. Mushroom cultivation is intricate, requiring specific compost that is predominantly commercially sourced. However, compost manufacturing companies are grappling with difficulties in obtaining raw materials. The scarcity of raw materials and the complexities of mushroom cultivation have led to higher production costs, making mushrooms more expensive for consumers. The way things are currently, your beloved funguses will be harder to find in the coming months. At number 8, avocados. Americans will find this one a tough one to deal with, since they make up 50% of global avocado production. The situation in California, responsible for 80% of avocado production, is concerning. Production levels have dwindled over the past decade. This year, a cold spring, including imports and persistent labor shortages, are the biggest culprits. But that isn't all. Avocado growers are also grappling with rising temperatures, forcing them to move north each year, resulting in losses in the south. What's more is that Mexican and Peruvian avocado producers are reducing their exports to America, further straining the market. Naturally, avocado prices have doubled in the past year and a half, and now they'll be harder to find in the market, especially now. It's also also not going to get any better anytime soon either. International exporters do plan to expand production by 20%. However, this relief won't materialize until 2025. And at number 9, marshmallows. Prepare for a marshmallow crisis that's about to hit your sweet tooth hard. According to the USDA, the sugar supply in the U.S. was expected to be reduced in 2023 and 24 due to lower carryover stocks from 2022 and 2023. However, the shortage of sugar and corn syrup didn't just sweep the U.S., but also the world, leading to notable price hikes in the candy industry. Your favorite marshmallows are no exception. There's also a decrease in the supply of pork skins, a key ingredient in marshmallow production. Considering these challenges, if you plan to enjoy their fluffy goodness during the upcoming winter months, we'd recommend running a quick errand to the store.